This is culturally inappropriate.
Ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho, you had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose modes. Yellow diamonds look like PP. Bitches fly from DC on my private to Waikiki. 3P, niggas is my sons and that's on repeat. Sins of the father, so I call you little Michis. It's easy, how could you and me be? Ever seen his peers, can't compare, you just CC. Don't you know these clears in my ears, only VVs? Play musical chairs, Fred Astaire through these GTs. Too much wear and tear on your bitch, she couldn't please me. White glove service with the brick, I am Luigi. Sold ecstasy and disappeared, I am Houdini. Look at them, him and him, still waiting on Yeezy. I hope you got your squeegees. Had your interviews, I just kiki. Life's peachy, ASAP with Riri. You rappers all beneath me, but love like the Bee Gees. International flights connect me to the Wi-Fi. The only way you reach me, Ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho, you had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose modes.
Henny Alavaca, Panama fishing village, visiting with Papa, with choppers. All of you in pasta, simply just Ferrari window shoppers. The one that I just sorted looked like it was built by NASA. Over $500,000 we call for Kasha, reaching for Akasha. Never leaving home without my piece like I'm Mahatma. From the tribe of Judah, I'm Mufasa. Never turn the other cheek, you'll die at the Oscars. Persona non grata, mi casa su casa. Drugs killed my team spirit, welcome to Nirvana. You was Fuji Lala, I was Alibaba. Dressed in House of Gucci, made from selling Lady Gaga. Hakuna Matata, island wearing tie-dye. Umbrella in my rolls, match the one that's in this Mata. Listen, you are not I, cross T's, dot I's. I done disappeared and reappeared without a voila.
Ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho, you had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose modes.
Peace. Kofa, G.R.O.W.T.H Entertainment. Wake your glass up. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Today is July 15th, 2025. The time is now 7:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the lovely city of Atlanta, Georgia. I am your humble host, Kofa, K-O-F-A, not coffee, not kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. Kofa rhymes with sofa, easy to say, easy to spell. Thank you again. Once again, this is G.R.O.W.T.H Entertainment, where growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing, and this is where we help men find a positive fuck it. Let's go ahead and get the general housekeeping out the way. You see the Cash App, you see the PayPal. You've been in these YouTube streets long enough. You know how to donate through Super Chats, Super Stickers, however you deem fit. Don't like to shake my tin cup. You can also go to growthtalkent.com, buy yourself some merch. But if you don't want to donate monetarily, I believe Sister Felicia has already told y'all, when you come in my house, take your shoes off.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
And hit the like button. The like button is free, keeps your boy on the algorithm, keeps the channel growing. You can show your support with the click of a button. Take your shoes off when you come in my house. I appreciate everybody being in here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit y'all with Randy real quick. Let's see if Randy wants to work tonight.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful audience. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely. And
Bring it back on me. Thank y'all for being in here. Go ahead and get to these shout outs. Yes, I did start late. Go ahead and not this man starting late.
No.
BT already hating.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Y'all gonna be hearing that a lot tonight. Let's go ahead and run through these shout outs. Salute to brother Malika. I appreciate you being in here, good brother. Again, BT, and he says, I have a meeting the same time as the live, but I'll be in after I'm done. Then he goes on to say, as we talking shit, what does he say? She didn't show up yet. I got time. Of course. Trying to scold me and you behind on your own work. Sister Felicia in the building. She says, after you take your shoes off, hit the like button. Salute Malika for that $2, brother. I appreciate it. Yes, Sister Felicia, I appreciate you always being in here supporting. You know what you did.
Go, girl!
Yes, ma'am. You go, girl. As always, the queen in here says, shout out to Kofa. Salute to Messy Michonne. She says, good evening all.
You go, girl!
Watch
Gamer already on it.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Yep, we finna run with it. Sister Felicia back here. She said, good evening, family. Okay, y'all, but a show of hands. Who's a Clipse fan?
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
I got something for you, Felicia, in a second when we get ready to start off the show. Let me see everybody speaking. I appreciate that. Messy Michonne says she loved the Clipse. I do too. Miss Michonne says she going on at 8, so I'm gonna hit the intro real quick, sis. You already heard that dope ass track. Opening up that Ace Trumpets is a mug, but I got my personal favorite I'm gonna play tonight. I want to go ahead and clear this up. I am not going to play the album. I'm not going to review that. I did demonetize the stream already, so whatever y'all donate, cool. But again, hit the like button, at least share it. We have to talk about this album. Again, it is culturally inappropriate and culturally impactful. As always, I put a twist on it and look at it from a male point of view. And how can this make men better? So that's what we're going to do tonight. So I just want to let y'all know off the top, I'm not playing the whole album. But let me go ahead and get Sister Messy's $10 super chat, super sticker as always. She hits me with the pair character, jumping up and down. Appreciate that, good sis. What am I going to hit you with? Let's see. Let's get some Umar.
Donations, gifts.
Back on me. I appreciate you, Sister Messy. Thank you. Watch Gamer says, Penny Alavodka. Kofa don't drink. I just know that's some upper tier vodka shit. So that was a fly ass line anyway. Skinny in the building. What's going on, good brother? Salute to you. Brother DG, the legend, in the building. Appreciate you being in here as well. Everybody speaking. Reaper in the building. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate you swinging through. The Reaper says, indeed, they are the brothers from Sinners, the Smoke and Stack twins. And Umar, as always, good for a laugh. Let's go ahead and get the rolling tonight. I appreciate everybody being in here once again. So yes, I am a Clipse fan. It took me a minute after grinding dropped. I was in college. I appreciate that, Jay. Thank you, good brother. Oh shit, somebody else had Malika. I missed your super chat. My bad. Appreciate you. Let me slide. Make sure I got that. Malika hit me with $2. He says, peace to you in memory of Auntie Sean. I'm gonna hit y'all at the same time. Jay Gray with it. He says, peace, Kofa. Salute. Thank you for the $2 from both of you guys. So I'm gonna hit you with it.
These last $2.
Again, this is another one I wish Auntie Sean was here for. Kind of bridge the gap. We'll talk about some ageism, but I am a big Clipse fan. I was in college when Grinding came out, and I wasn't lost on the lyrics. I'm a big hip hop head. Y'all know that. I also make music. Y'all know that. So I'm big on lyrics. But it was one thing that Pusha said when I caught on to what he was talking about when he said, I'm a legend in 2 games like I'm Pee Wee Kirkland. For those that don't remember or those that don't know, Pee Wee Kirkland was a big time drug dealer in New York. Pee Wee Kirkland could also ball his ass off. He played at the Rucker with, the likes of Connie Hawkins, Dr. J, Earl the Goat, Manigault, all those cats from Rucker back in the day. He got drafted by the Bulls, and then he got caught with dope.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Man was hotter than fish grease, and they sat his ass down in prison. So when Pusha said, I'm a legend in 2 games, I knew he wasn't talking about basketball. That light bulb went off, and since then it's been on and popping with me and the Clipse. I would say I'm an even bigger fan of Malice. I'm gonna show y'all kind of why, and we'll get into that. Love Pusha. He had to ride that thing out for years without his blood brother. So I think it's important that we hit on some of those topics, because this is a very good album. I think it's a track or 2 shy of a classic. I'm not going to argue with anybody that wants to argue and say it's a classic. This blew my mind. It took me back to when I was 14. BT can tell you, bro, I was texting him at work. I was texting him different punchlines. And I sat down Friday when the album dropped, loaded up my computer, getting ready to sit down and work. And I'm like, man, I listened to the first couple of tracks, and while my computer getting started up, I'll go ahead and knock out work, and then I'll listen to it on my ride to Alabama to go see my son this weekend. Shout out to Crown. I was going down there. I was like, I'm gonna ride to this whole album, on the way down there. I didn't get shit done at work Friday.
No.
By the time track 1 was done, I'm staring at my fucking computer and got all the way to track 13. Then I listened to it at least 2.5 times while I was at work, and then rode to it on my trip down to Bama. That's how good this fucking album is. The production on it is stellar. Pharrell did his thing. Only thing I hate missing was knowing that Chad was in the background with him. If y'all don't know, the Neptunes kind of split apart on some business stuff. They kind of beefing right now. No love lost, but it's a business thing. So it's good to. I hated that Pharrell doesn't have Chad right beside him, but of course he did his thing. But then you have the brothers Thornton, Pusha and Malice coming back together on the same mic, and it's a beautiful thing, bro. So let me get to these talking points. I know some of y'all got a role. I respect that. Understand that. Let's keep on going. Let me see. Where are my notes? Bam. So these are the things I'm going to talk about. Also, I have these listed in the description to the video. There's a PDF link to the Google Drive. So once you click the link, you can get it. You can follow along. You can go down. The notes are actually a little bit more in depth, but these are the things we're going to talk about tonight. Y'all let me know if y'all can see these. Let me try to widen them a little bit on the screen. So number 1, brotherly love. Who really has your back? And these are in no particular order that I'm going to be talking about these tonight. Getting back to the basics. This album shows a back to the basics. Staying rooted. Again, I told you I'm going to put this in the context of men, brotherhood, manhood, all that good shit. Number 3, it's deeper than the streets. What's your message? What's your message going to be to the world? When I say it's deeper than the streets, it's not just for those that may have dabbled in the streets or, fucked around with dope or whatever the case may be. It's deeper than your work. Sometimes it gets deeper than the church. Not God. There's nothing above Allah. But it gets deeper than the church or your day-to-day stuff. Like, what's your message to the world? What are you going to leave as a legacy? Not just to your children, but to those around you. Number 4, age ain't a limit. Ageism in black culture. We're going to talk about that because the Clipse are old. I'll say that they're a little bit older than me, but Pusha is 48, and I believe Malice is about to turn 53 in a month or so. Number 5, know your lane. Play your hand. We just talked about playing your hand last week. Play the hand you're dealt. Learn how to maneuver in certain situations. So we're going to get into that a little bit. Final takeaway is going to be tonight. So I hope you get the overall premise. You're going to ask yourself, am I loyal to the right people? Am I doing too much and losing myself? We talk about that often on this channel. Am I growing or just going through life? Are you just going through the motions? Are you getting your growth? Shout out to BT hating ass. But are you taking your wins and your lessons? So with that said, I want to go to this for Sister Felicia was saying, and Michonne is saying they're big Clipse fans. I hated it when Malice walked away. He found God, went the Christian route. I'm not going to say he dropped Christian albums, but he wasn't cussing anything. He did drop 2 solo projects on his own. Let me raise this up a little bit. It's kind of throwing me off. He did drop 2 solo projects on his own. Got the projects. He also dropped a book at the time. He got very, very personal in the book. Let's go to that. You should still be able to order it. But here's the book. Wretched, Pitiful, Poor, Blind, and Naked. From the critically acclaimed lyricist of the Clipse, Gene Elliott Thornton Jr., a.k.a. Malice, or at the time, No Malice. When I heard the brother was dropping a book, I couldn't wait. I got on the pre-orders, and as you guys can see, I got a signed copy of the book. Never got a chance to meet the brother. I really, really do hope I get a chance to meet him, even though he's, a Christian, even though I'm Muslim. This brother did help me get closer to the Most High. I don't care if you call him God, Allah, however you look at it. I'm not going to get all religious, but this brother right here, and I hope he seizes that point, this book speaking openly about his journey, from the things he went through in his marriage to the things they did on the road to the beforehand, the military, dabbling in drugs, all that shit. You know, they talk about it in the music, but it's a different thing when you see the written word and you know how somebody sounds. You ever get a text message and be like, ha ha ha, you hit your boy back like, man, I read that shit in your voice. I read the book in his voice and it genuinely felt like me and him were having a conversation. That's how detailed, simple, and plain he kept it. So I've been rocking with the Clipse for a minute. He dropped this book back in 2011. So it should still be up, available on Amazon. You should still be able to get it. So go rock with the brother. See what his journey is and see how, and tonight we're going to kind of talk about how he came back to him and his brother rocking with each other as far as rap is concerned. They were always brothers. It was, you know, the rumor mill started. Are they beefing? You know, what happened? Da, 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 da. I got a clip where I'm going to show Pusha is talking about how he was kind of out here by himself for a long time, even though he was on good music with Kanye and the rest of the guys. We're going to talk about that a little bit too and get back to the talking points. Let me get, first of all, let me bring it over here to me so we can keep the talking points up there. Let me scroll back up, get some more comments. Thank everybody again for being in here. Everybody speaking. I appreciate that. Look, watch Gamer own it like I am. You run from the spirit of oppression. We're going to get into some bars tonight. So first clip I want to play is of Pusha talking about his transition from good music. It's the reason I'm playing this stuff. Again, it's deeper than the music. So let's go.
Hate it. And I'm from a world and a culture of like a certain level of loyalty that we don't, you know,
play with.
We win together, we lose together, we do every, you know, it's together and it's fine. And amongst the gang, we, you know, it's, you know, we have that comfort that this is what it's going to be forever. And this is how we going to carry it forever. And he doesn't carry it like that. He never has carried it like that.
Again, he's talking about Kanye. We've seen Kanye's kind of fallen off, transition up and down, whether you agree, disagree. Maybe he kind of right. He done fell off the rails, whatever the case. Pusha is strictly talking about Ye's leadership and good men and good music. And I'm kind of glad that I paused it right there. Listen to the timbre in the brother's voice. Listen, watch his facial expression. I told you guys, start watching people's non-communicators. Because what he's talking about, there's somebody in your circle. You may be looking at yourself in the mirror, having these same, you know, thoughts and feelings about the people that you're around. I move this way. These cats just don't move like that. I had to learn the hard way in dealing with people, whether it was family, friends, military, co-workers, outside the military. People don't carry everything the way that you carry it. People don't see the world and view it the way that you see it and view it. Loyalty, friendship, family has just become a thing of something to say. It sounds cool. It sounds great on a hip hop record. When I say family, when I say friends, I mean that shit. Me and DG talk. Y'all know how me and BT rock. I'm gonna keep mentioning it. There's a couple other brothers in the chat just off of my channel subscribing that have my personal number. The same thing I've told people at work when I'm doing trainings and I have to, you know, guide somebody or train somebody through something is the same thing I'm telling you guys on YouTube. You have the same access to me that my mother does.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
I don't do this by happenstance. I appreciate every dollar you're in here that you donate. I appreciate every second that you're here viewing me. You don't have to be here. It's so many other people on YouTube and it's appreciated. I can't thank y'all enough. But the way this brother is speaking, I can only imagine what he was really dealing with in the 14 years he didn't have his brother beside him. But again, we'll get into that in a little bit.
but it's a culture. Like, I had to leave from out of that fold because it's a culture. He's created a culture of that type of business and attitude amongst each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
you don't like his leadership.
I hate his leadership.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I only like his music.
Mm-hmm.
I like his music. Like, and I like we bond on we bond in the nostalgia of what we like musically.
Mm-hmm.
But hell no, I don't like his leadership. Fuck no. Are you kidding me? No way. No way. He ain't no leader.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he ain't no leader.
Bring it back on me.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
I don't know. I wasn't there. You don't know. You weren't there. But somebody tell me, is this brother lying? Do you think he's lying about what he's saying? About Ye and what we've seen in the antics and stuff and the way we know he moves? Pusha looks and sounds genuinely, I think he's all right now. He's mentioned that in some other interviews. But at that time, he's having to look and see, damn, I'm around this shit. I put myself around the shit just based off the music. Now he had to grow into a point where he can walk away. Some of us need to walk away, brothers. Some of us need to walk away. Brotherly love. Who really has your back? Number one up there. Again, none of this is in a particular order, but who has your back? Do you have that bond with those brothers that you can pick up the phone for? You can shoot a text, even if y'all don't speak on a regular basis. I don't care if it's, holiday season and everybody getting those Merry Christmas, Happy New Year texts. I don't care. Do you have somebody when shit really hits the fan? Can you trust that person? Are you that person? Are you the leader amongst your crew? You shouldn't be the boss. You shouldn't be the head. You shouldn't just be the leader. You need to surround yourself with leaders. But again, he's talking about the culture. This is why I said,
This is culturally inappropriate.
this is a cultural masterpiece of an album. Because they talk about more than just the dope, and it's more than just Pharrell hitting some 808s. Again, we'll get into the lyrics in a little bit. Think Chelsea, yep, I see you, Chelsea. What's going on, sis? Thank you for being in here.
You go, girl.
Messi says, why come I don't have your number? Sounds about racist.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
I'll hit you up on IG. I'll be sending you videos on IG, but you don't be responding. So I don't know if you active on IG or if Twitter's your thing, because I know BT likes Twitter a lot. I think he gravitates more toward Twitter and Threads because Instagram has pissed him off. But salute to BT. I know he ear hustling even if he's not in here. G.R.O.W.T.H in the building. He says, yo, and what up, brother Kofa? Salute. He says, salute to the chat and the mods. Yep, let's keep on going. Let me see. Watch Gamer says, loyalty is something a generation of ours still believe in. The later gens, I don't know. Exactly. Again, Pusha is 48 years old. This man been on the earth. I'm 43. So I say it even now. Like, bro, I'm almost 50 years old. I'm almost half a century years old. This is where we get into the number 4. Age ain't a limit. Ageism in black culture. We get that a lot of where brothers are just pushed away. Sisters too, but again, we're going to focus on the brothers. Brothers supposed to hit 40. I've said it before. Your dick stop working. Supposed to have high blood pressure. All types of fucked up. I was having a conversation with my mama this weekend. My folks Christian. So they still eat their pork. I'm like, Mom, you can't be eating all that. Da, 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 da. This is why. Well, it's not, we eating pork. It's how much we eat and da, da, da. And I was telling her about when I was 20. I think I might have shared this story with you guys. But when I was like 26, right before I went into the army, 26, 27, I had to get a physical. I go to get the physical. I'm stressed out at the time. Financially, I'm fucked up. Me and the ex, my son's now mother, at that time, that was our first big breakup. I was just stressed the fuck out. I go get this physical. Lady checks my blood pressure. She says, oh, okay. She walks out the room. Guess she talked to the doctor, shows her my numbers. I'm just sitting in there waiting. Feel perfectly fine. Just like I'm sitting here talking to y'all now. Perfectly fine. She walks back in. Sir, did you drive yourself here? Yes, ma'am. I need your keys. This woman took my keys.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
He looked me dead in the face and told me, according to your blood pressure, you should be dead right now. That's how fucking stressed I was at the time, bro. This is why I come here and I guess I look like I got it all together. I've told other people that scared the shit out of me when I was 26, 27 years old. So now at 43, I'm not hearing that shit about no blood pressure meds. My mom was she was like, well, I thought you was on blood pressure medicine. How do you regulate it? Do you check it? No, it's what I eat and what I don't eat.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
I keep myself in relative good shape and I take my ass to the doctor. Brothers, go to the doctor. It's been some years I've gone once a quarter to the point where the doctor is like, why are you back in here? I want to keep this shit up to date. I'm not trying to be on no medicine, bro. At least twice a year, every 6 months, I'm at the doctor. At least. That's the least. Not once a year checkup. I got my physical and I'm okay, because anything can happen in those span of those 6 months. So take care of yourself, brother. You don't have to fall in line with number 4, that, fall in line with that ageism in black culture. Let's keep on going. Appreciate that, Watch Gamer. Jay Gray says, Pusha was like, fuck this bipolar nigga, get out my face. Talking about Pusha and T. Brother Malika says, every man must have a code of ethics. Those ethics are based on honor, respect, loyalty, humility, and the ability to create a respected legacy.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Everything Malika just said is what Malice is going to say later on in one of the clips that I play. One of the clips of the clips. G.R.O.W.T.H says he turned 48 yesterday, man. Congratulations, bro. Happy birthday. Happy belated, man. Keep on going. Let me see. Where we at? Jay Gray says pork is unclean and the Most High Yah advised against it. Advised against eating unclean food. Indeed. Chelsea says get your insurance worth from the doc. Thank you.
You go, girl.
What helped me start going to the doctor, it was an older cat that put it in perspective. He said, you work? Yes, sir, I'm in the army, blah, 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 blah. He said, they take money out your check, don't you? Don't they, for medical insurance? Yeah. And he just walked away. That was the end of the conversation. They take money from you, don't you? Don't they? Yes, sir. And walk the fuck off. I got it. That might have went over some people's head, not Kofa. I started going to the doctor on a regular basis since then. But I started off with that clip of Pusha talking about Kanye because there's a couple of audio clips. There was a really good interview that Complex did, and they played a couple of tracks from the clips, and they got a chance to talk about it, and then they got to talk about life and different things like that. So I took out some very important parts from those interviews. But before I get to that, there's another interview. I'm kind of trying to give both brothers their flowers. Malice was talking about the opening track, The Birds Don't Sing, where Pusha talked about losing their mother. Malice talked about losing their father. And in that Complex interview, I'm not going to play that part. I'll just speak to you guys. In the Complex interview, they was like, well, who decided? No, I think it was the Breakfast Club. Charlemagne asked Malice who decided to rap about which parent. He was like, I love my mom. I could always go to my mom. But me and my dad had this type of relationship where we could always go, when he became, fully Christian, we could always talk biblically. So we talked a little bit more. So he was like, I think it was kind of natural. And again, looking at family, because they had their parents. Pusha is the baby brother. He's the youngest. So who do you think Mama's baby was?
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
So again, there's a true family dynamic. If you got something going on with family, friends, especially family, Try to patch that shit up. Not saying they had any issues with their parents, but there is going to be somebody that you gravitate toward and all that. But Pusha loved his dad, Malice loved his mom, but those two verses were specific to their personal relationships. Especially if you got siblings. There's going to be personal relationships, and you take this as well as a parent, especially my fathers out there. When you have multiple children, if you've chosen to be a stepfather, y'all know I'm not with it, but if you've made that choice, you need to understand each one of your children is different. We can raise them the same as far as rules and parameters and different things like that, but you have to get to know your children. And I think in those verses, Malice and Push encapsulated their personal relationship with, that particular parent, whether it was their mother or whether Push was talking about their mom and Malice was talking about their father. So I wanted to play this clip, and again, not gonna get all religious, but the brother is very faithful. I don't care what anybody may give pushback. How can you say that? And he sold drugs, or he's talking about this and rap, and I don't care. You got to be able to walk your path, and the reason why I'm showing this is the brother is unapologetic in his stance on his religious choice. You have to find something that you have that is where we at? Number 2, just like the album, Clipse and, Neptunes or Pharrell back together. They had a foundation. Now they're building on what the foundation was. Those of us that are Clipse fans, even newer Clipse fans, some of the younger people. I had to play my daughter some of the music. I was like, Clipse got a new album. I'm like, you remember when I used to play this and that? So I played her the song called Nightmares from their second album, Hell Hath No Fury. My daughter was like 3 or 4 at the time, but I had that shit on repeat. And the hook came in, she was like, Daddy, I remember. That's how powerful the music is. That's how powerful and strong your foundation needs to be. I told you, I'm good at this shit. I'm gonna bring it right back to you as an individual, as a brother. So again, number 2, back to the basics. Stay rooted. Let's get to this Malice interview. It's gonna go from one video to the next.
And in your verse, you said your intuition kicked in when you went to his house. Did you find him deceased?
This is him talking about the reality of Birds Don't Sing when he found his father. Well, he found his parents, unfortunately, deceased.
He's in the kitchen?
I found both of my parents, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I discovered both of my parents, going in and checking on them.
What goes through your mind when that happens?
Well, I tell you what does happen. I'm gonna tell you, since you asked, I'm gonna tell you what does happen. My faith and everything that I have read from the Word of God took over. There was a supernatural sense of peace. There was no time to break down, start crying, getting out of my mind, what's going on, what's happening, screaming and kicking. Nah, I had a complete sense of peace. And I had to have that peace not only for myself, but to deliver the news, to my family or whatever. And God has never let me down, ever, no matter what I faced or seen in this life. So, yeah.
Wow. Man, I don't know how you managed to do that, man, but that's admirable for sure.
2 short clips. Bring it back on me. Salute the Malice.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Watch Gamer with the comment. He says, Birds Don't Sing came on and I had to choke back the feels. That track is heavy, but awesome. Indeed, bro. I hit my boy up that I used to rhyme with, and I was telling him, I haven't listened to rap in a long time, y'all. I got you, Trent. I hadn't listened to rap in a long time. Like some years, like new cat, like cats be asking me, you heard this person? You heard it? I don't know who the fuck you talking about. I really started feeling like the old guy. And these cats are my age. We all grew up on hip hop, but like, bro, I don't know none of these new cats. None of them. This album had me like this. Like I was 14 years old again. this was a natural album. But you hear these brothers in these interviews, they put the interviews into the album before the interviews happened. They put life into the album. What Malice was just talking about, him being centered in Christianity, God never letting him down. That's how your boy can find out he got a damn son after 2 years and not lose my shit. I've had my rants on here. Y'all done got a couple of toothpick Kofas out me. But in life, I have to focus on my child. Salute to TJ. I gotta love my son more than I hate his mother. And I can do that because Allah will provide. I'm not gonna turn this into a religious speech, but Allah will provide. I genuinely believe that I done been through hell and high water. Kofa got stories for days that may get to one day, maybe not. I don't know. But I'm centered in my belief in the Most High. This is why I don't trip over somebody being Christian or Jewish, or if you believe in trees and all that shit, that still come from the Most High. I'm not finna trip off that. I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. So I implore brothers, anybody within an earshot of my voice, ladies as well, find your center, find your foundation, be able to build off of the basics. For drinking with the $10 spot, but there we go. He just says, be strong. Salute. I appreciate it, good brother. I appreciate you being in here. Let me see what I'm gonna hit you with. Here we go.
Give me your fucking money.
Appreciate the 10 spot, bro. Let's keep on going. Watch Gamer, yeah. And again, this is the burden of being the oldest. In particular, what sounds like they were raised in, a pretty traditional household. I think the parents may have ended up getting a divorce. Malice kind of mentions it in Birds Don't Sing. I'm not gonna play that because I don't want to cry tonight. But they both had their parents. The burden of being the oldest male is pretty much like being a third parent. If anybody knows that feeling, not taking anything away from the ladies, because I know it's a lot of sisters that pretty much raise their siblings as well. I got 3 older sisters. When shit hits the fan for my parents, I don't think I'm going to be alone and taking care of them, but that burden falls on me. That goes back to that manhood shit. We're going to start getting back to number 2, back to the basics. Staying rooted, staying focused, doing the things that you're going to be responsible for as a man, whether or not you like that shit. So I can't imagine this brother being the one finding both of his parents deceased. He didn't get the phone call. He didn't get the text. He was the one to find them deceased and still stay centered in the love, the joy that his parents put into him, and the peace that he found in the Most High. Appreciate that, Drew. He was able to stay centered. Now he has to make the phone calls, send the texts, break the news, hear the tears, give the hugs. Then he has to go home to his family and sit with it alone, so to speak. There's a big burden, brothers. And the fucked up part, you may be the younger brother. You may be the younger sibling. But you still end up having to carry everybody. I watched my mama do it. My mama's the baby of the family. She is a true matriarch. She has carried the elders. She has carried those younger than her. She has put a lot of weight on her back and handled it with grace. So salute to my mama.
You go, girl!
But when you're the eldest son, I know when that time comes, I'm going to have to be the one to step up and handle things. And this isn't me taking it on. This isn't Kofa being Kofa and be willing to help. I just know what's coming. Let's keep on going. Got your super chat trend. Brother Jay says, damn, I know it was tough delivering heavy news like that. Indeed. Del Monte says, dang, my phone died. I picked up the tablet. Delmonte says this new shit is trash. I don't know what these other cats is rapping about, but this one is amazing. Watch Gamer says the screw face that I rewinded so many of Malice's verses. Shout out to Push 2, but Malice sounded like he had that time he took off. He had so much time to think. And when he came back with a fucking purpose. Salute to G.R.O.W.T.H. Appreciate you being in here, brother. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Painful Excellence if you haven't already with the $2 super chat. I appreciate it.
These last $2.
Brother Malika says, Kofa, the reason why the Clipse made a good album in 2025 with Pharrell was because there are 3 talented men. Something that is missing in the generation of unoriginality, no talent, and poor work ethic.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
I appreciate that, J-Dub. Salute to my mama again, man. Indeed, Brother Malika. These brothers came back together and got something done. The only thing that I hate that would have made it just truly just out of body experience, joyful for me, just knowing that Chad was beside Pharrell and doing this. And if we got that loud screaming chick with the hair.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
I have wanted the Clipse and Nas to link up for a minute, and we got a Nas verse out of it. And boy, that's still my GOAT. I will argue with anybody. That motherfucker walk on water.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
You're not gonna tell me shit about Nasir Jones. Let's keep on rolling. Wanted to get that out the way. I'm gonna play these audios, and I'm just gonna let them run. Kind of drive home some of the. Hold up, let me get to something real quick. Come on, open up. Pause. I'm gonna play a couple of these clips from the context, the Complex interview with Pharrell. So you're mainly gonna hear from Pusha and Malice, but it was some things that I had to clip out and play for you guys again. My goal with this live, I want to help push this album. I'm not getting no kickbacks from that. I don't know the Clipse, but I want to help push this album because it's exactly what Malika said a second ago. You got 3 talented men. Brothers came together and put together a classic record. I don't give a fuck if it's rap, hip hop, whatever. This is hip hop. This is what I know. I'm so appreciative of this album. And then knowing the Clipse like I do and having followed Pusha, understanding Malice, I was so pissed off when he walked away, but I understood. When I read that book, you can't do nothing but respect it. Everybody thought he was going to do, a mace, and he was going to become a deacon and preacher and do all that stuff and kind of dabble back with all that shit. Everybody was giving Mace pushback, like, okay, here go another rapper. But he found his way back to God. And I think he even probably got a closer connection with God doing this album. God don't give you talent on accident. So him sitting on this 14 years, that's a question I would really ask him. If you guys know the story of the talents in the Bible, I'm not going to get into it. Did he feel like the brother that was just sitting on his talent, did he bury his talent and hide it away? Did something go on where his hand was smacked and made him come back to hip hop because that was his talent? He even spoke about it in some other interviews where he was talking about coming back to the game, and he was having this conversation with his mom, and she was just like egging him on, please go back out there with your brother. Pusha talked about it too. He out on the road doing his thing with good music, dropping albums, and mom is like, you need to get your brother back out there. You need to get your brother back out there. Now the parents are gone. And by the way, salute to Malice again, because again, like the brother said, I don't know how you handle that. Not just finding your parents, but they died 3 months apart. Their mother died first, and then their father died shortly thereafter. So again, salute to that brother. Let's keep on rolling. I want to get into some of these interview notes that they made. I'm going to get back on these notes, and then I'm going to hit y'all with my favorite track on the album, and what I think is the verse of the year from Malice. But let's get into this first one. I call this one, let me see, timelessness. This is where we're going to get into the age ain't a limit and the ageism in black culture. We throw each other away, especially our elders, especially our elder men. You're damn near at the bottom of the totem pole as a black man when you reach a certain age. People tend not to think about you, check on you. And if you are going through something in an older age, we tend to think you probably deserve it because you was hell when you was younger. I know some cats like that, but I know plenty of good men that didn't hear that they were good men until somebody put them in the ground. So let's get into this timelessness. I'm just play this over me.
No pun intended.
I think the
hold up real quick. Let me get this. Let me bring the
I think the story is about timelessness,
Endurance.
the love of the game. Yeah, the love of the game, timelessness, endurance,
Not being limited.
yeah.
It's a lot of color on this album. I think one of the good things is, without even trying to be strategic and saying we're going to do this and do that, with every track, you're still going to get who we are within the confines of, you know, that sound that P put together. So it doesn't matter what it is, you're just getting raw clips and our creativity, our mind, and just where we're at.
It speaks to the competitive nature of hip hop, that enthusiasm that only if you're a part of a few different eras in hip hop that people know. We've lived it for so long and we've seen all the sweet spots. And I think we were chasing all of those sweet spots. P referenced Purple Tape, you know, we referenced Big, we referenced Hove, we referenced so many different great times in music without mimicking it. It was more just chasing that feeling, chasing that high that you felt.
What do you think about the current state of hip hop and competition? Has anything recently reinvigorated you?
I think
I'm gonna let it pause there. You know, Pusha got his couple of beefs, but I wanted to play that with them speaking about timelessness, again, connecting it and getting it back to the basics. They knew what they had to do. They've been there before, and I want to mention that to you guys. Some of you are going through it. We don't know each other's story all the time. Everybody got a chapter about their life that they do not read out loud. You keep it close to the vest. I get it. But you done been there before.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
In some way, shape, form, or fashion, you've already been through it, even if it's new. What I'm saying is, you've been through some form of adversity that you did not see yourself getting out of. I don't know if you prayed through it, worked through it, robbed, stole, whatever the case. You got up out of it. You took something away from that experience, or you should have. So maybe you don't do the same thing again, but it built you up. It gave you a foundation. It gave you back to the basics where you have something that you can stand on. So when something else, some other type of adversity comes up, you can stand on that and you can walk forward and you can get through it. That shit seemed dark right now. It might be your health. It might be your finances. It might be family or somebody close to you that you love. I don't know. We don't know in the chat. But you know, you have to look in the mirror every day. You get to answer that question about your timelessness. The things that you learn, think about that word. It's timeless. It's going to continue. To be human, having this human experience, living, you're going to suffer. You're going to go through stuff. It's okay. You done already beat the odds. Most of us on here listening to this chat, me, somebody else on YouTube, I don't care. You've already beat the odds. It's a reason why we gravitate. As much shit as, I'll say, as much shit as Michonne talks, you're not going to tell me that's not a smart sister. She didn't make it over half a decade of life and get to where she at right now being a fucking dummy. As many times as you've gotten a toothpick Kofa, I haven't made it close to 50 years of life and be a damn dummy. Theo Coop, He says it all the time, but I beg to differ with the brother. He says, man, I just smoke weed and make silly YouTube videos. I disagree. Theo got a lot of wisdom, bro. That ain't no damn dummy. BT, that ain't no damn dummy. The things you've survived and gone through in life are timeless. You have enough wisdom to pass that on to somebody else. So Push was talking about in the context of hip hop. I want to talk about in the context of life. Hip hop is a byproduct. Just like it started out in the streets, a lot of people were going through it and our people were rapping a different way. A lot of times this hip hop shit is much, I think Del Monte just said, a lot of this new shit is trash. It is. But now we got to look at our culture in real life. Not play, not social media, in real life. Why is the music coming out the way that it's coming out? And I don't give a fuck if it's street culture or not. A lot of production is lacking. A lot of the lyrics are lacking. We keep dumbing it down. My opinion, and it's been like this for years. Haven't had too many people disagree or prove me wrong. It's our culture, which spills over into the educational system. And this is why we got the rappers that we got now. They might learn it after getting fucked over in business or something in the industry. But a lot of these kids are on drugs. Malice said this shit on the album. I'm hearing all these new rappers just to OD. You got it. You got all the attention. You got the love. You got the money. You got the women. Da 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 da. Then they take too many pills. Sip too much lean. Smoke something that they don't know what it's laced with. Be timeless, bro. A lot of us gonna go to our grave not having this big ass platform and everybody knowing our name. A lot of us not gonna scratch Kevin Samuels' level here on YouTube. But the people in this chat over here, y'all, the people that I know in real life, I get to be timeless for. Give yourself permission to do that. You heard what he said. We just got back to basically what we knew. I'm paraphrasing. But they got back to what they knew. It's timeless. You can't do shit with something. You can't hold time in your hand. It's going to keep running. So why not take those lessons and get better from it? And if you got to do it again in another way, in another platform, do it. Don't forget to be timeless. Let me get to y'all comments. We're going to get another one. Chester says 100 Kofa. I appreciate that. BT back in the building. He says, I'm back with the $10 super chat, brother. I appreciate you. Chelsea said, that's perfect words. They're dumbing it down. Indeed. BT, you know, BT is a hip hop head. He probably a bigger hip hop head than me. And I know I'll be on my shit. Jay Gray says, today's rap is microwavable than a motherfucker. It's just quick. Just quick. And the Clipse are aware of that. So when they drop this album, there's not a lot of old school long 3 full 16 bar versus 4 minutes 30-second songs. They got in there, they said what they need to say, and I really want to point out Malice's verse. I'm gonna keep hitting y'all with it. Don't go nowhere. Because that shit sums up the album and it sums up so much of black male life. BT with the $10 drop. He says, for the drop before I get ready for my live. Indeed, bro. I got you. Where we at? Here we go.
I'ma just bless her. I chew. Baby girl, you with the winners. How could you lose? Like her too. Many different flavors. How can I choose?
You running in the wrong direction, ma.
There you go, BT.
No
Back
pun
on
intended.
me, brother. I got you.
I think there's a story of timeless.
Had to X out of that. Let me get DG's comment. But that's you and Chelsea. Everybody speaking. DG says, I love old school rap. I do too. DG, there's some bounce in this album too. This is like some Rakim, Cool G, KRS, all morphed into one, but it's Clipse. They are who they are. especially Pusha. He's on how Pusha's been unapologetic rapping about dope, but he does it in such a fucking creative way. It's so much you can take away from that man bars. To Malice being unapologetic about his religious walk. That's why I respect these brothers. I genuinely, when I listen to their music, when like Legend in 2 Games, like I'm Pee Wee Kirkland, when my light bulb went off 23 years ago, when did Grinding come out? 2002? 23 years ago? Been rocking with them brothers ever since. When they talked about the family structure, whether it was a bar here, bar there, a song, whatever the case may be, I was like, oh shit, I can relate to that. I'm not finna sit up here and pretend I'm fucking El Chapo, but I can hear what they talking about. And they're close enough. People always argue, is Virginia the North or the South or blah, blah, blah. For real, talked about that shit. Virginia's just different. I consider it the South because the old slaves picked cotton and tobacco in Virginia, so I always consider it the South. But they close enough up north where they got that both influences. So I just gravitated toward that shit. Let me get to this next interview piece. Of course, my daughter calling me now. No. There we go. I'll call her back. Hold up. Gotta be dad real quick. BT, I just got your text, bro. Sorry, had to be dad. All right, now let's get to this other one. This is, again, a part of the brotherhood I've talked about, but we have to discuss as men, because some of us have people like this in our circle. Some of us have people like this in our families. Like genuinely, there's a bumping of head of brothers. So this has to be discussed. And this is Malice talking about Chad coming back, hopefully one day. I called this one Hope. This is a little, let me see how long this clip is.
I just want to say,
this is like a minute.
I just want to say, we all come up together. And of course, the Neptunes have their personal business and relationships together. We've been joined at the hip for a long time, and it can only always be nothing but love. When I think about Chad, Clipse, Neptunes, I personally think about, just the things that we've been through in life. I think about funerals and parents passing and everybody, all of us being there, for one another. So it can only be family. And personally, it is my hope just to one day just look up as it has been in the past, and oftentimes Chad will be there, making music, and it'll be just like old times. But if not, then you can't dictate anything or know how anything is going to happen. But family have issues, and family also work out issues. So, I always hold out for hope for whatever it is.
Family has issues. Family works out issues as well. You don't have to sit in that, bro. You don't have to wait till you put somebody in the ground. Again, what are your roots? Getting back to your foundation. It's deeper than the streets. What's your message? Told y'all these were in no particular order. Again, staying deep-rooted is knowing your lane and playing your hand. Sometimes you may have to walk away like Pusha did. I really thought he had found like a kindred spirit in Ye. He possibly did too initially until he got there and saw what the culture was. You can create your own subcultures. You don't have to stay in that hood you were born in. You don't have to stay in that state. You don't have to stay in that country that you were born in. Start creating your own cultures, your own circles. Again, me and BT been rocking basically from the day we met, because it's a cultural thing of brothers just pushing each other to get better. I probably talk to BT at least every other day, even if it's just about YouTube. but YouTube spans out to so many other different directions of life and things we see in the news and personal conversations we have. Know who you're around. Start building your own culture. Let me get to some of you guys' comments. Salute to my boy Shamar.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
He says, hell yeah, my guys Clipse. The funeral was the first time hearing them, and I've been hooked ever since. Indeed, bro. Who else we got? Oh, Watch Gamer said, this is Pusher right here. Jeff Bezos of the Nasals. Back to the dope talk. You can't tell me that is not a hip-hop quotable. That shit. Now, that verse, I rewinded. That was crazy. I think that was on Mike Tyson Blow to the Face. That Pusher verse, I rewind. I was like, man, something wrong with this brother. Something wrong with this dude. Yeah, BT, that was 23 years ago. Oh, BT said he had the road too. He gonna catch the replay. He got his show. I don't know who that is. So we're gonna keep on rolling with it, and then we're gonna cap off with a song again. I told you I demonetized the stream, so anything y'all want to donate now, afterward, super thanks, I don't care. Just make sure you hit the like button, share this. Again, I did not want to play the album. I want you to go get it, digest it, because I do think if I can't call it a classic just for selfish reasons, I do want to know Chad is back there on the boards. I did want to hear Khalees, but this record is timeless. This shit is going to stand the test of time. Let me get to the last one. This one, I'm just let you listen to it. This is Pusha talking about Malice's hiatus and the things that he had to deal with and the way that he dealt with them. This is kind of going to almost cap it, but Malice's verse is, but I had to share this part of it. I thought it was so fucking important. Again, you and your brothers may have a falling out, or your brother just may get married, no falling out, but now he got a family to take care of. He may have a health issue where he's down for a while and you got to put him on your fucking back. Or you may have the issues. You need some time to step away, regroup yourself. That's going to give you that time to go back to your roots, the foundation, creating your own culture, and then knowing, like Pusha said in the top, it's a reason I played it in the beginning. Do you have enough in you to walk away when you know that culture isn't right anymore? But I did want to play this. I thought this was a very important. This is a little bit longer than a minute, so if I'm just staring at the screen, somebody drop it in the chat. If they see somebody new come in here, just listen to the shit and let it ride. Let me see how long it is.
You'll see.
This is like 3 minutes. I'm going to just let it ride for 3 minutes. I would love to have the stills and stuff up here. The complex be acting funny, and I didn't want to just add another scene to my equipment. Appreciate that, Trail. Salute, brother. That was my old name, and that's exactly how I used to spell it. But appreciate that, dog. You're probably I think I told you that before, you're probably the second person ever in life that had my name and spelled it the same way. Let me go ahead and get your super chat before we do get rolling with that particular audio clip. With $10 super chat, he says, this is a classic album. Not going to argue with you. They proved that old rapper narrative wrong. Again, I told y'all, make sure you get away from the ageism in black culture. I hope Andre 3K will get rid of that flute and rap again.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
That is real talk, bro. We are at an age, you got all this wisdom. Share the fucking wisdom, man. I don't care if you write a book, a goddamn poem, Facebook post, rap. I don't care. Get rid of number 4. 4 was a big one for me. Age is not a limit. This ageism in black culture that we have, bro. Because when they first talked about getting back together and it was like solidified, they were working on an album. I seen other posts. Don't nobody want to hear that old shit. Ain't nobody heard of when the last time you heard the Clipse? They just immediately threw them brothers away. Just because of the time frame. But Pusha been standing strong for 23 years total. Malice took a step away, still had creative projects. But those are two men we're hearing rap, bro. Told y'all before, when I listen to Cube, I hear a man. When I listen to Nas, I hear a man. When I listen to Brad Jordan, aka Scarface, I hear a man. When I listen to the Clipse, I hear a man. When I hear the Dungeon Family, I hear men. Let's keep on going. Let me go ahead and play this. Again, this is 3 minutes. We're going to roll. Then we're going to close it out with a song.
You'll see.
I've been working for, the past 14 years without my brother. Being in this business, knowing it, coming into it as a collective, then being in it for so long by myself and really understanding, brotherhood, camaraderie, family, like loyalty, and knowing what that was and then not having it for so long and just being out there like, warrior time. It's you appreciate it so much.
The timing is right. I feel like No Malice did everything he was supposed to do. I had to sit down. I had to reflect. I had to get into my word, understand who God is and what my purpose is. And until I felt like that was flushed out, or till I was shown that it was flushed out, I just felt like everything was just perfect. And just to see, my brother in position, Pharrell still in position, and, me being where I needed to be and to be able to come back, like, it's really a no-brainer. I feel like it's ordained, and I feel like it's time. And this album, just listening to it, and to know that there is nothing like it, to know that when you listen to a Clipse album, it's a lot you can walk away with. You should see growth. You're seeing Clipse in real time. You're seeing experience, life. You're not looking at a group trying to keep up with any trend or anything. It's just true to life. Like Pharrell said, autobiography, for sure.
Everybody was trying to figure out how that was going to work.
Yeah.
And I love that it was the complete opposite. It's actually one of the most special parts of this album is you telling that story and the revelations of your experiences and you being generous enough to share that with everybody and share that and take everybody on the journey. Like, you guys don't know, and we sat back and we knew everyone was trying to figure that out, but that was the cool thing. That's what we used. We used it.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually the coolest part of the whole album. This guy fucking seen it. Like, he done seen the whole journey. So you guys are gonna see this movie.
To me, the music's always gonna be good. Like, we know that part. But what I appreciate about this situation more than anything is, like, actually being able to turn my back, knowing that somebody got my back.
I'm able to turn my back, knowing somebody got my back.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Who helps the helper? I know we shared our stories in this chat. Again, everybody got a chapter in their life they don't read out loud. But a lot of us have put a lot of weight on our family and friends and the community, on our shoulders. To have that feeling of not having your brother beside you for 14 years, you guys still have your relationship as brothers, but you're at work all the time. Imagine going to work with your brother and your brother is your best friend and y'all like this. Y'all lock in step. Them getting back together in this petty ass industry that we know it is as the music industry. For Pusha to say, I can finally turn my back and know somebody got my back. Not stab me in the back. I can turn my back and know that somebody has my back. I had to get that in there. With that said, we're gonna get into this track, All Things Considered. This shit, my homeboy asked me, he was like, man, what's your favorite track on the album? That was after my first listen. And I started to put All Things Considered. Then I was like, shit, POV. Then I was like, shit, Chains and Whips. Then I was like, Chandeliers. Like, I didn't have an answer. My definitive answer, and I want to say Chandeliers just because Nas is on it. As much as he killed that fucking verse, Malice summed up black male life in his verse to this song. He has the second part of the second verse in the song. I know a lot of people may struggle in differentiating between their voices, but I wanted to get into this song. Please give it a listen intently, and then I'm going to bring Malice's lyrics up because, again, my opinion, verse of the year. Let me find this. Here we go.
How I'm doing? All things considered, let's be specific. My mama cheek, I miss it, I wanna kiss it. Nige asking for siblings, I know he meant it. V miscarry, we hit it, I'm glad he missed it. 100,000 a maybe, you stick with it. Pre-order the strollers, our face in it. I pays for my stalk with the baby in it. If the sky's not your limit, you'll never get it. Turn niggas statistics, I'm so sadistic, so religious, that's so malicious. No division, still snow magicians. Blitzing niggas for riches, like fourth initials. Pay attention and listen, the snakes hissing. Niggas is writing statements and say they didn't. Dreamer taking you down, the hate hidden. Wanna show you around, but they Jay Princeton.
Richards replace all the Pashas. Dior slides made of iguana. Stuff the walls for tomorrow. Fuck, I look like tryna borrow, blow a budget. Like fuck it, we gon' tuck it till it all falls down. When this chess game is played smarter, swear this life is so awesome.
All things considered, I've been forgiven. I done packed the blizzard in Honda Civics. Took fatherless women and showed them living. Left mama the children, it take a village. Writings was on the wall like hieroglyphics. My circle split up the pie, that's long division. When Jada was asking why, I saw the vision. My homies that didn't die was all in prison. Visits behind the glass, my mirror image. Skin is blemished, names were mentioned. Explains the sentence, the pain is endless. Identifying the body, it takes forensics. Guns, Czechoslovakia, it starts and ends it. The only sin left is to flirt with vengeance. Made my exit just to make my entrance. Revolving door, maybe I can make a difference.
Richards replace all the Pashas. Dior slides made of iguana. Stuff the walls for tomorrow. Fuck, I look like tryna borrow, blow a budget. Like fuck it, we gon' tuck it till it all falls down. When this chess game is played smarter, swear this life is so awesome.
Life and death are simple formalities, ain't no way around it. You can poison the world in technicalities, ain't no way around it. It's genocide when pawns feed the headlines. The kingdom of truth can never outlive a lie. They'll come for your king, but the throne survives. Unleash the queen, take them dead or alive. Pyro, Pyrex, Icy, Iris, violence of violence. Either way, it was worth the suspense. I've considered all things.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
I have to break down Malice's verse. If I had to play one song off of this album, Pusha did his thing too, as always. But the reason why I want to break down Malice's verse, it was so intense. You guys let me know if you can see this. Drop a one in the chat if you guys can see this. Wash Gamer got one of them lines right there. He says, revolving door, maybe I can make a difference. Derek says he misses his brother. He always had his back. He was my best friend. R.I.P. to your brother, bro. Yeah, add this shit to the playlist, bro. It's gonna put a battery in your back if you're trying to get some shit done. DG says, Kofa, are they on Spotify? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Okay, everybody can see that. So we're gonna walk through these lyrics. TJ in the building. What's going on, bro? I shouted you out earlier. Yeah, he said I was over at Mashawn's, but when they mentioned and said you were live, so I dipped out. Don't tell Mashawn. I appreciate it, brother.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
For the 5 spot and sliding out on Mashawn, because we are almost done over here. I am going to hit you with what we gonna hit you with. Let's see some thighs, brother.
I'ma just bless her. I chew. Baby girl, you with the winners. How could you lose? Like her too. Many different flavors. How can I choose?
You running in the wrong direction, ma.
How I'm doing?
Want to play the song again, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the clips are probably on Spotify, bro. Let me get to this verse. We all gonna dip out. I know BT's live. I know Mashawn's live. Might have to catch their replays. This shit almost brought me to tears again. In my religious walk, I know the shit I done had to deal with. Again, I don't walk on water. Don't nobody got a heaven or hell to put me in. But my belief and my faith in the Most High is not gonna be shaken. It's just not. I got you, TJ. I got you, TJ. But my faith in the Most High is not going to be shaken by anybody. This first line, that almost brought me to tears. Birds Don't Sing About Their Parents was sad, was poignant, was a classic song in and of itself. But this first line by Malice, you got to start thinking about your life, brother. This is why I be like, she ain't worth it. That ain't worth it. You matter. You're not crazy. All that shit. All things considered. Everything that you done been through. All things considered. I've been forgiven. That shit in and of itself, right there. Everything every piece of hell I done walked through. Everything wrong I've done, because I don't walk on water either. Ain't none of us perfect. Everything you've done, whether people know about it or not, you've been forgiven. Again, this verse will sum up black male life so much. All things considered, I've been forgiven. I done packed a blizzard. I done put up cocaine in a Honda Civic. Took fatherless women and showed them living. He was out there playing around with the women too. You know how these players get online and they talking about, sometimes they intentionally look for women that don't have a father in their life. So at the same time he getting his, he's still blessing somebody else, bro. Took fatherless women and showed them living. Left mama the children. It take a village. Don't let that shit pass over your head. So while I'm out here with these hoes, I still need somebody around my children that I know is going to instill something in them. These bouncy bars from one to the other can be expanded on so much. This is why I love hip hop. Took fatherless women and showed them living. Left my mama the children. It takes a village. I can't do this shit by myself. Sometimes daddy do need a break. Y'all know I'm quick to holler about passport bros. Who you think my son was with? The writings on the wall like hieroglyphics. Some shit coming down the pipe. It's on the wall. There's only so much I can enjoy this shit. My circle split up the pie. That's long division. The writings on the wall like hieroglyphics. My circle split up the pie. That's long division. Something's coming down. We playing with these drugs. We out here in the streets. Heard Pusha talk about it. Heard Malice talk about it. Timelessness, loyalty, having a parameter, having cultural brothers of the same, cut from the same cloth around you. My circle split up the pie. That's longer. We good. Everybody eating. When Jada, he talking about Jada Kiss. When Jada was asking why, I saw the vision. When Jada Kiss was asking all those serious questions, he had to sit and think. damn, something's deeper. That's when he starts his walk with God. What are you doing? When Jada was asking why, I saw the vision. My homies that didn't die was all in prison. You're either behind a wall or you in the ground. But Malice is still standing. This whole verse is praising the Most High. And I think it probably went over a lot of people's head. The rhyme scheme is dope. The flow is dope. The beat is dope. This shit sums up black male life so much. When Jada was asking why, I saw the vision. My homies that didn't die was all in prison. Visits behind the glass, my mirror image. Nigga, that could have been me. For whatever reason, I didn't get pulled over that time. He did. I'm looking through the glass, but I'm looking in the mirror. Because that could have been me, but my homies is me. Because my circle's just that tight. Going back to the first part. My circle split up the pie. Wasn't no fighting. We've heard both of them talk about that individually from who they were dealing with. The foundation, they said, the type of people they was around. Now imagine, my homies, that ones we didn't have to bury, they sitting behind the wall. I go visit him. And I'm damn near looking at myself. Skin is blemished. You know, he's a Christian. They say the flesh is weak. So from playing with the women, playing with the dope, getting the money. I'm not perfect. Skin is blemished. Names was mentioned. Them brothers sitting down, some cats can't do the time. They was loyal when the money was coming in. They was loyal in the first 5 years of their sentence. Names was mentioned. Explains the sentence. Some cats went in there, came right the fuck back out. They ain't even do half their damn time. They gave somebody up. But here I am, still right here, going back to the first line. All things considered, I've been forgiven. Everything that follows is the shit that he dodged by the grace of the Most High. Skin is blemished. Names was mentioned. Explains the sentence. The pain is endless. I can't believe my nigga turned on me. I can't believe he gave up so-and-so. I can't believe this shit started happening. I'm still going to wear that. Even in his walk with God. Malice is a human being. He's still going to feel that shit. It's a reason why Pusha was talking about he couldn't stay around the culture of good music for Kanye's lack of leadership. Who I am, who you are as a man won't allow you to do certain things. So when people say, oh, just get over it, go heal, move on, the pain is endless. It's going to be something that triggers that reminds you. Identifying the body, it takes forensics. The shit this man has seen, the shit that you have seen, things that have happened to some of our friends, ain't no open casket funeral.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Ain't no open casket. He been missing for so long, they finally found his body. Identifying the body, it takes forensics. We got to go look at dental records, get some DNA, hair follicle. Now, because of what happened to my boy, Guns is Czechoslovakian. It starts and ended. The type of shit I got, you took mine, that started some shit. Now I got to come see you. Then I got to end you, and the cycle's just going to continue. Guns Czechoslovakia. It starts and ends it. One dead body can trigger something or keep it going. Or, if it's the right person, street talk, it'll stop it. Maybe. Let's see. The only sin left is to flirt with vengeance. I could finish this shit. Like I just said, I can go get this dude. I done checked off every fucking block. Do I put a body on me? Do I go get vengeance for the brother that couldn't be identified because it takes forensics? I made my exit just to make my entrance. He left. He was done. Remember, I told you about that Most High talking to you and gave you a talent. You might have left your hood, but now brothers want to come back and try to make shit a little bit better. A lot of times it don't work. The only sin left is to flirt with vengeance. Do I go get revenge? Made my exit just to make my entrance. Did I leave just to come back to this motherfucker? In the context of hip hop, we're happy about it. Did you leave your community? Did you leave that fucked up hood? Did you leave that fucked up relationship just to make an entrance again? Thinking things were going to be better? Just because you were better? The streets are the streets. You're the one that changed. But the streets are the streets. Made my exit just to make my entrance. Revolving door. Maybe I can make a difference. That line was so hopeful. That last line, the first line, so grateful. All things considered, I've been forgiven. Then he confesses all his sins right there to you. Then right before the end, I changed. But it's a revolving door. Maybe I can make a difference. Maybe I can pull people with me. I had to break down that verse. We're going to go through it one more time. I'm going to go through it without explaining it. All things considered, I've been forgiven. I done packed a Blizzard and Honda Civics. Took fatherless women and showed them living. Left mama to children, it take a village. Writing was on the wall like hieroglyphics. My circle split up the pie, that's long division. When Jada was asking why, I saw the vision. My homies that didn't die was all in prison. Visit behind the glass, my mirror image. Skin is blemished, names was mentioned. Explains the sentence, the pain is endless. Identifying the body, it take forensics. Guns Czechoslovakia, it starts and ends. The only sin left, to flirt with vengeance. Made my exit just to make my entrance. Revolving door, maybe I can make a difference. That's the verse of the year, bro. It's two verses in hip hop. Bring it back on me. It's two verses in hip hop that I have above that verse. I'll probably share those with you later on. That might be another just quick little hip hop live. Y'all let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments in the video after we're done too if y'all want me to start doing like hip hop lives. We can talk about what we're going to talk about on Tuesday, whether it's relationships or brothers getting better, blah, blah, blah. And then I can find these tracks because there's so many that have helped build me into a man. They really have. Is almost as much as my parents. Like what Common said, it was teaching me without preaching to me. So y'all let me know if y'all want me to start doing these hip hop lives or hip hop videos in general, whatever the case may be, where I start breaking down lyrics. Just let me know. But we're about to close out. Let's go over again what we went over. Brotherly love. Who really has your back? Back to the basics. Make sure you stay rooted, and that doesn't mean you have to stay in place. I know we say roots, and you're stable. You're like a tree. You have to be stable in you, not where you're at. Excuse me. Number 3 is deeper than the streets or your family or your community. What's your message? Number 4, age is not a limit. This age in black culture, especially for us men, you get to change that, bro. Start making being the outlier the norm. Number 5, know your lane. Play your hand. Bad shit gonna happen, bro. We just heard from Malice. His faith in the Most High. His faith in God. His faith in Allah. Don't care what you call him. That faith in above. He was able to find his deceased parents. Him. 3 months apart. Now he has to share the news. He has to do this twice in a matter of 90 days. Most people, it takes at least a year before you're really through the grieving process of losing anybody that you love, let alone your parents. So know your lane, play your hand, know who you are, know what your walk is. Final thoughts and takeaways. Are you loyal to the right people? Are you doing too much and losing yourself, doing too much for others? Are you growing or just going through life? All this Clipse album, the talking points from the night, the interviews we saw, it's still coming back to the self. I hope the ladies can take away something from this again, but I'm talking to men. It's going to come back to you, bro. It's okay. Just think about some of the titles that they have. So be it. All things considered. Chandeliers, trying to find something a little bit better. FICO. Even the titles are speaking. This is bigger than a hip hop album, bro. This, again, when I said a cultural masterpiece, I meant what the fuck I said in their title. One more listen, I think I'm going to let go of my personal feelings about Chad and Khalees not being there, and Roscoe P. I want a verse from Roscoe, too, for those that know. This is a classic album, bro. This album is for the Clipse what Aquemini is for Outkast, in my opinion. Let me get to some of you guys' comments. Then we're going to roll up out of here. I was laughing at RBN before we started the track. He said, you should post a pic I sent you or show it on the screen from when I was in ATL this week. I ain't going to do that, sister, like that. Oh, Nonchalant, he says, we need another installment breaking the lyrics down. I learned plenty. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Thank you.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
This is culturally inappropriate.
I appreciate it, good brother. Wash Gamer says, I'm here for the hip-hop bars. Okay, bet. Chelsea says, yes, do some hip-hop lives. Quiet Storm says, Kofa, share it, ninja. What did I do? Share what? I'm lost. Hip-hop? Okay, I will. DG says, please do. Full Drinker says, fire indeed. Quiet Storm back here, he said, wake your ugly ass up and share it. Quiet Storm said, it took me 5 years to get over my mother's death. I'll never be the same. Indeed, bro. RP to your mom. Quiet Storm says, Clipse is definitely the best album of 2025. Like this YouTube space, hip-hop is so much you have to offer to the world, brothers. It is so much you have to offer to the world at your big age. Young cats may not want to hear it, but like I've had to tell a couple of younger guys, including men in their fucking 30s, bro, I ain't trying to son you. I just done been your age. You ain't been mine. I've been where you at. It's an African saying that what the youth see standing, the elders see sitting. I don't gotta move. I don't gotta try certain shit. I already know the outcome. We just read the bar. I'm looking behind the glass, my mirror image. Malice saw what was coming. One of the reasons he 9 times out of 10 started walking away. Let's keep on going. Nonchalant says, I think you should infuse lessons like you did today. That was dope. I appreciate it, bro. I will. So we actually might do that Thursday. I got to see what some of my boys want to do. I got to link up with some of my guys. Trail says, almost every line is a quote. They have mastered their craft.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
This is culturally inappropriate.
Indeed. Peace, brother Malika. Share my top 2. So my first verse is Marley Marl's last verse on The Message. A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. So I'm gonna use that one Thursday or the next live. I'm not gonna lock myself in on Thursday, but I will be back. So because since you guys gave me the green light on this hip hop tutelage, we can do that. So it's Marley Marl's verse on The Message. That verse, Quiet Storm, I know you're familiar with that. And then CeeLo's verse from God, give me a second. Because it's a title track. So I know a lot of people aren't going to know that one. Give me 1 second. Let me see. And I'm going to break down Thursday while I have those 1 and 2. Damn it. Y'all give me 1 quick second. Track list. CeeLo's verse on not refuse limitation. Not that. Yeah, I refuse limitation. That's the name of the song. But CeeLo's verse, that anchor verse on there, heard that shit when I was in high school, when Still Standing dropped, I want to say maybe 10th, 11th grade. And I learned it, and I still haven't forgotten that verse. I'm fucking 43 years old. So, Marley Marl's, did I say Marley Marl? Shit, I'm drawing a blank. But if Quiet Storm wouldn't ask me. But yeah, that verse off Grandmaster Fast and Furious 5. So yeah, Marley Marl's verse on there. And CeeLo's verse on I Refuse Limitation. We'll get into them Thursday. No, not off Soul Food. I'm off of Still Standing. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, but we getting ready to roll up out of here. This went longer than what I thought it was gonna go, but I'm cool with it. An hour and a half. I'm all good with that. I appreciate everybody being in here. Let's go see if BT is still on live and Messy Michonne is still on live. Open up 2 tabs. Mute one, let one play. Mute the other, let it play back on the other side. Go get them watch hours up. Go support through super chats and all that good shit. I appreciate y'all riding with me tonight through this Clipse Live. I know it was different, but I really believe this is a cultural impact. With let God sort them out from the Clipse. I am still excited as I was the first time I played this Friday morning. Like, this is a classic. Yeah, I'm giving it 5 mics for my old hip hop heads from the source. It got 5 mics from Kofa. Salute to Push. Salute to Malice. Salute to Pharrell. Thank y'all for getting back to the basics. We about to get up out of here, y'all. So once again, I have been your humble host, Kofa, K-O-F-A, not coffee, not Kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. Kofa rhymes with sofa. Easy to say, easy to spell. Oh, hold up. Malika dropped something. My favorite hip-hop line is from Q-Tips, my Midnight of the Midnight Marauders album, Intensity. Intensity, most rappers don't see it. Spirit was wise musically. You got to see it. Y'all give me some lines too. Give me some songs too. But now we're getting ready to get up out of here. Once again, this has been Growth Talk Entertainment, where growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. This is where we help men find a positive fuck it. Again, I've been your humble host, Kofa, K-O-F-A, not coffee, not Kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. Kofa rhymes with sofa. Thank you for all the super chats, super stickers, cash apps, PayPals, all the likes, all the shares. Thank you. As always, I love you. Ain't shit you can do about it. You matter. You're not crazy. Make better choices. Peace.